So this is what I took.
Wait, that looks amazing.
Really?
Actually,
Is that good?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, thank you. This is why we set up this segment, so for you to just compliment me.
Oh, wait, it's so good.
It's a Taiwanese meatball, but in a Gnocchi style.
I hate you.
How would you market this?
Please don't get it. Oh, very good.
Yay!
I'm sure someone out there, they would like really appreciate this.
Hey there, welcome to the show where we embrace the fusion food culture of Taiwan. If you're a diehard fan of Taiwanese food, food in Taiwan, or you're just a heavy Instagram user like I am, you've probably heard of my guest today. Recently, she came back to Taiwan and I've just been drooling over her content on Instagram. All the food she's eating, all the restaurants she's visiting. Oh my God, I can't wait to ask her about it later. She's appeared on shows like Somebody Feed Phil, but also she's been featured in magazines like Tatler Magazine and Good Eye Taiwan. So please join me in welcoming Charlene Yang, aka TaipeiEater, on this episode of Fusion Persuasion. Hello! Hey! Am I disturbing anything here?
No, not really.
You're just casually taking part. Yeah, you actually are. Wow, this looks very appetizing. What did you add on this?
For this, I added a little bit of oil.
Yeah.
And then a little bit of cilantro is my favorite.
Question mark?
Yeah, and then we added some peanut powder
Cool.
to make it more appetizing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, why don't we sit and chat more? Yeah. Welcome back to Taiwan.
Yeah, thank you.
So every time you come back, it's like everyone wants to like, come to my restaurant.
Yeah, they're
Let me
like,
treat you
okay,
something.
I mean, time is limited, so might as well.
I think most people know of you through your Instagram account, through TaipeiEater. I just want to kind of get to know how you got that started and how that became a thing for you right now.
Well, I actually started in 2016. My first job after graduating from UC Irvine was working at this media company, and my boss was so supportive. He was like, hey, what are your hopes and dreams? And then one day he was like, hey, I see that you're really good at cooking. You're also really passionate about, you know, taking pictures. Why don't you start from like a food blog?
Oh, so he was the one who initiated this for you, basically.
Right. But I just feel like there's a lot of roadblocks. Eating outside as a college kid is quite expensive.
Especially in the US.
Right. And then the second was like editing and posting it and writing like an entire article takes a lot of time. He was like, okay, why don't you start from Instagram? And to support you, I will essentially just pay for your food. When you're working.
Wow, that's very nice of him. Is he still in need of people who work for him?
I mean, I want to go back and work for him right now.
I know, that's a good deal.
There was like one time where we went to this deep fried spam musubi place. And then the owner came out. He was like, you need to meet Charlene. She will help you promote your business.
Wow,
yeah.
Ambitious.
Yeah, and then at the time, I just started like a week ago, so I only had 300 followers. They're all my friends. I was like, okay, if he believed in me more than I believe in myself, I just want to continue. I didn't want to give up. Earlier this year, I was featured on Somebody Feed Phil.
Yes.
So a lot of our mutual friends post about it on our social media.
Yeah.
And then the wife saw it. She went home.
The wife of the boss.
Yeah, the wife of the boss. She was so proud. Like she, you know, basically turned on Netflix and then waited till my boss to come home.
Aww,
and then he was like, I'm so proud of you. Like, he's like, what the heck?
Yeah.
Like, you're on TV.
Yeah, that's crazy. You're also a food and beverage like marketing specialist. You worked for marketing for tech as well. I mean, you've done so many different things. For you, what's the biggest obstacle when it comes to marketing food about Taiwan?
Honestly, I don't think it's all that difficult marketing Taiwanese food to the world. The only limitation I would say is the type of food that people know or like known as Taiwanese food is a bit limited. I know boba is from Taiwan. I know there's stinky tofu. But when you're talking about like guapao, like people don't really know it's from Taiwan. I feel like Taiwan has so much to offer. Everyone, whenever they come to Taiwan, they're like, Taiwanese food is the best, or like we have so much to offer.
I'm curious for you, what do you think as the most challenging throughout these past 8 years of your, I mean, does it transfer when it comes to food?
I think it transferred more so from my food blog into my job. For example, when I was working in the mall space, because I'm like a food blogger,
Yeah.
I know all these restaurant owners, right? And then so when they're trying to fill up like the empty spots, I could use my connection, right?
So other than social media, other than marketing, you're also a photographer. I mean, you do photography for not just food. A little bit about me, I am notorious for taking food photos. So if you could show me some tricks on how to make a food photo look good that I can show up to my friends and be like, hey, I've changed.
It really depends on what you're trying to take, right?
Yes.
If you are taking for like a restaurant menu, then you just want this like the product by itself because you don't want like other thing to distract your view. But then like let's say you're just
ordered all these stuff.
And then there's like a lot of sauces and stuff, like you want to make it look very,
you want to glow it up with all the condiments and like,
and also you will ask for like all these condiments and put it on the side to make everything come together.
Right. We have another set of food, please.
Ooh, I'm excited. What are we having?
All right. Please enlighten me. Also, I'm gonna use a phone because I don't have a camera, so this is part of the challenge too.
We're gonna make it look like we made this. So I will pack it a little bit, put it onto the plate.
Yes!
We can like start with the side dishes.
Yes, the vegetables. Lovely.
And we're gonna just plate it a little bit. And then lastly, we have this.
Yay!
Like,
just put it on its side.
Yeah, put it on the side. And then you can always add some garnish.
Make the color pop, I see.
Right.
So it's really about plating. Like that's the first step to taking a good photo.
And then we have
chili.
Some chili.
Just a little bit of garnish.
Yeah.
Ooh, that looks good.
There we go.
Wow. Is this the bento box that was just here like 2 minutes ago?
Yep.
Oh my gosh. So plating is really like half of the work. Goodness.
It went from a 120 bento box, now we can sell it for 350 at
That's
a cafe.
how they make business.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so now is the photo part, the crucial part. What do you do to like make a photo from the iPhone look?
I would like to do like an aerial shot, so from top to bottom.
Let me try that.
Yeah, and then
like top to bottom like this. So this is what I took.
Wait, that looks amazing.
Really? Is that good?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god.
All right, let's move on to the next. Thank you. This is why we set up this segment for you to just compliment me.
She's been secretly practicing for so long.
Yeah, I've been taking lessons.
Just kidding, I don't need any help.
You take one and like just do whatever you do.
I mean, sometimes I would crop like, so then you can like focus more on the food itself, and I would like dust this spring onion a little bit so then it's like more evenly.
I saw that you use your professional camera, and one hand you were holding the light and the other one you were just doing it with one hand. I guess this is different when you're at a restaurant because you don't need to do the plating and stuff.
At a restaurant, because there's already chefs,
yeah,
right? And you don't want to disrespect them.
I'm curious about how you got into like food influences. Like what are your food influences growing up?
When I first started, I was really inspired by my brothers. And then all of them are foodies. They all love food. They start taking pictures of the food. I would just want to be like them because I think they're so cool. That's how I started.
So you grew up knowing a lot about Taiwanese street food already.
So when I was in high school, that was when I first moved to the States. I would look at the pictures that they take and I'd be like, hey, I want this. The next time I go back, when I get back, like you better take me there.
I was gonna ask, so what are some of the top items that you miss the most when you're in the States?
There are two things I really miss, and one is douhua, and then the other is bawan.
Oh, I love both of them.
You just can't make them, you know?
You probably can't find them even in like the Asian night markets.
Yeah, I feel like I've never really seen bawan in America.
Yeah.
But even so, like, I really want the fry one.
Talking about food, let's have some food. I think we have our first fusion dish. What is this? Oh, wow. Thank you.
Ooh, what is this?
So before we eat, I have to say they derived today's dishes from your story.
Oh my gosh. No one can like have this dish after me.
Okay, I'm gonna learn what I was taught
And I will also take some videos.
This is the only time where I'm like, yes, phone can eat first.
Yeah.
Let's eat this, shall we?
So excited. It smells so good.
I know.
Oh, wait, it's so good.
It's a Taiwanese meatball, but in a gnocchi style.
I taste the bamboo shoot that I love, and there's like mushrooms.
It's the right flavor.
Wait, I love it. It's like a gnocchi too.
Yeah,
Like a gnocchi, but with starch.
You like the fried ones. Traditionally speaking, fried ones are more prevalent in the northern regions in Taiwan, and then the ones that I like are more prevalent in the southern regions, is the steamed ones.
Oh.
So I actually grew up with this. Going back to our conversation about growing up with food, when did you start cooking?
I started cooking in actually 2nd grade.
Oh, wow.
Because my parents are both really busy.
Yeah.
So they're out a lot. Sometimes they'll have nannies to come over and take care of me or like cook for me. I remember there was a time, I don't know if it's like legal, but I was home alone.
Oops.
And then I really wanted, you know, like corn soup. Okay, you boil like a pot of water, you add like a can of corn.
Yes.
And then once it boils, you add like some egg, and then so it turned into like kind of like an egg drop soup.
Yeah.
And then the final step was like you add starch, and that's where it gone wrong. I added the starch straight into the hot soup and turned to boba. So it was like this. It was like this.
You made this.
It was like this.
So you know how to make this.
Yeah, I didn't want it. It didn't look good together. So then, you know, you learn from your mistake.
Yeah. Before we continue this video, just a reminder to hit that like button, share with your friends, and subscribe to our channel for more content like this. And please comment and let us know if you like this video, what you didn't like about it. We'd love feedback. Okay, back to the show.
I had like a really good nanny. The first thing she taught me is to make the egg omelet.
Oh,
and
okay.
then every day after school, I would just go home and then make the same thing over and over again. And eventually, around like 5th grade, when I learned how to make curry, and that was like a dish I was like really proud of. And then so I would just start making it for my friends. And I remember like one year it was my birthday, and I basically cooked for like at least like 15 kids. And I think that's when I started developing my love and passion for food. And I just really enjoyed cooking. Every single aspect of food is like, you know, like sometimes like when you growing up and you're thinking about your life, it's like, okay, what was I made for, right?
Your natural, like your calling.
Yeah. And I feel like food elevates your experience too. When you're connecting with people and then you get to share that common experience, like, oh, wow, like we got to share this plate of food and it was amazing.
When you eat this food, you're like, oh, I remember I had this.
You like
there.
the person better more because the food was so good.
Oh, for sure.
So shout out to the chefs out there. I think when I think of Taiwanese food, I think of hospitality, I think of warmth. And that's like something that you don't see outside of Taiwan.
But I think that's part of the sort of identity of Taiwan. It might be about the people and the culture, and not just the food. Because in LA, I mean, you're in LA, there's a lot of good Korean food, Japanese food, but Taiwanese food is still very sort of...
I feel like a lot of people in the States, they still don't know what Taiwanese food is. In fact, a lot of people will confuse Taiwanese food with Thai food. So in Taiwan, you see a lot of people from different backgrounds, and we are very welcoming. We get a lot of our dishes that are inspired by historically colonization.
Yes.
And then we somehow just like made it our own.
Yeah.
Right? But we still have our own flavors.
Going back to street food, is there anything that you would recommend people try here?
In Taiwan, I would say, I mean, you definitely have to try the beef noodle soup.
Okay.
You have to try douhua. You have to
Tofu
try our
pudding.
mala guo, like the
Mala
mala
hot pot.
spicy hot pot.
Yeah.
Like I think like China has their own mala hot pot too.
Yes.
But then for us, like we have our own flavor.
Yes.
It's like very herbally still.
Yes. Is there something that you would recommend other than street food?
I would say like whichever country you visit, you have to like at least try one fine dining, because like the chefs, they can either be like local, like from Taiwan, or they can be like foreign chefs, like coming from different countries, and they bring their own flavors, all of their backgrounds, like kind of integrate together into one. Their experiences, where they were born, and then like now like finding the local ingredients, and then they all come together.
I think that goes back to what you mentioned earlier about Taiwan being so welcoming and hospitable, because you welcome all these different people with all these different backgrounds.
There is like 铁板牛排. My family loves 红屋牛排. And that's kind of inspired by the Western world. Another thing is, I would say like Mayor May. It's kind of like burger, right?
Yeah.
And then like the patty obviously is different.
Yes.
But we added our own flavor to it. And even oyster omelet. You see omelet from different cultures, but for us, we added starch, we added oysters.
Right. Yeah. Well, speaking of oyster omelets, I think we have a second dish. Here it comes.
Wait, what is this?
Oh, I think it's an oyster omelet pizza.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Let me serve this to you first.
Oh. Ooh.
Oh, wow.
I
Give
love
you
the
this
cheese.
piece first.
Thank you. So
Oh,
what is the
that's-
bottom? It doesn't look like bread.
Cheers. Oh, I had a big bite of the oyster. Oh,
wait.
fresh. Other than starch, again, I think oysters are so quintessential Taiwanese as well. We know our oysters because we have such a high demand of it. We know how to like make bulk quantities of it with all the oyster farms lined up.
Right. What I find is interesting is people in Taiwan, they love the small oysters instead of the big
Oh,
ones.
the big ones.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, not the ones
Why
that
is
you
that?
have with the lemon. Vegetables that they use, the tonghao, is actually common in the southern part of Taiwan when you have oyster omelets. In the northern parts, they usually use cabbage. But it's like the bawang, where like you have the northern and southern region difference. I think that's also a good thing about Taiwan is that you have variety even with the same dish.
Right. You go to different regions and then the same thing but different interpretation.
That's the same with minced pork rice. You actually had your own business, right?
I did.
For a while.
It was like a 8 to 10 months project that I started.
Why did you start that? It was a cinnamon roll business.
I believe I was like only 23 or 24
Wow.
at the time. I was like around the time where I was trying to figure out what I want to do. I was inspired by a friend, so she started selling cold brew coffee in Taipei. And I was like, oh, that's so fun. And one time I went to this cinnamon roll shop.
Yeah.
It was so popular that everyone had to basically wait 8 to 10 months to just get a box. Right?
Wow.
After I tried it, I was like, okay, like this is obviously really good,
Yeah.
but it's not American. And I know what American flavor tastes like. So I went home and I made my own version of it. I shared with some restaurant owners as well.
Okay.
And this one cafe owner was like, hey, Char, I think this is one of the best cinnamon roll I've ever had. Can I buy some from you? So it started from 20 a week to 40 to 80, and around that time I was like, okay, if I'm making this large batch, like might as well just, you know, like sell it myself.
Make a business out of it.
Right.
Yeah. Did you do that while you had like a job?
I had a full-time job.
Oh my god.
So I remember every night I would sleep at 2 a.m. because I needed to clean. I would wake up again at 6 a.m. and I was sleeping around like 4 or 5 hours a
Right.
night. And I was blogging at the same time.
So after 8 to 10 months, was it just being too tired from this routine?
Before I started, my dad also made this comments like, hey, either you go to grad school or you start something of your own, right?
Yeah.
It's not wrong, but it's just not something that he was expecting.
Oh, I see.
First 2 months, he's like, oh, are people even gonna like it? Oh, you're not even a chef, why would people believe you? Or like, you don't even have credibility, why would people buy? But people were buying and they were loving it.
So he was saying stuff that were
Yeah.
opposite to what was happening.
Right,
at the
and
time.
then eventually he was like, you need to go to grad school.
you couldn't take it
Like,
anymore.
what are you doing with your life? Like, you're not doing anything.
Yeah.
Eventually, I just went back and I moved to Chicago.
Do you ever
Nigeria.
consider reopening your cinnamon roll shop? Because I will be the first one to be
Yeah.
like, 6 boxes.
I think nowadays, like, you see so many shops selling cinnamon rolls, so it's not that
Yeah.
special anymore. I think people.
Oh, I see. Yeah, the times
caught
are
on.
different.
But I think it's also great because if people are copying you, that means there's a market and people are really loving it.
From speaking with you today, I think a lot of what you do comes from passion. Like it's
Yeah.
really out of passion, whether it's social media, whether it's, you know, taking pictures of food. Like you don't do
Yeah.
it because you have to.
When you are passionate, I think everything just comes naturally. And then there is a flow.
If you could choose a Taiwanese food, like a local Taiwanese food that could embody you as a person,
I think I would choose Fo Tiao Chang.
oh, Buddha jumps over the wall.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a very classic Taiwanese
Right.
banquet dish. Yeah, why that?
One is like celebration, right? You only get to eat it during like a banquet. And then second is just because of my background. I've been to so many different places. That dish itself is like everything comes together as one, and then the flavors just kind of balances.
Yeah, it works out.
It works out, and then people love it.
Yeah, I think that's a good reputation of you because you try so many different stuff, and then you can be experimental with that dish.
Right,
I mean,
and
it's
there's
part
no
of your
right way
quality.
of making that dish too.
Yeah, yeah.
Right?
It depends on your family and their restaurants. And
Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining me today. I think we have a small treat, right? For
We have one more treat.
yes, I know. It's just endless amounts of foods. We're a buffet here.
So what are those, and then the flavors?
Well, I guess we'll just have to find out, right?
Oh,
All right. Oh, good. Wait, what? Can you tell?
I hate you. Wow, I love it.
Yay! Happy ending! She's dissected it. Look. Guys.
Dude, that's too much. Guys,
Yes, this is cilantro.
cilantro? No.
It doesn't taste anything like cilantro though.
If you guys invite me next time, I'd be like, hey, I'm busy. Wow.
Isn't it creative though?
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait, is it actually good though, right? It's just bitter, so you don't really taste the...
It's like my life, you know? It's a little bitter right now. It went from like the climax and then just like,
How would you market this?
please don't get it. Oh, very good.
Yay!
I'm sure someone out there, they would like really appreciate this. Oh,
I'm really happy
man.
to have had you on the show today. Like, I think it's so kind of you to
Right.
do
I mean, I'm
do
sure
this
you
for
had
me.
a really good time.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna replay this part.
Oh,
This is so fun, and so great to have known you, how you've like developed your career.
Hopefully next time if I'm ever on this show, there won't be any cilantro.
Hey,
but,
cheers!
I'm gonna eat the canelé. With all respect to the chef, I was like, wait, why is the macaron like yellow? And then like the color is kind of off. But I'm like, hey,
Gotta
I appreciate
try
the
it.
artwork.
Wow, you've made it this far. Thank you so much. You're a star. If you like what you saw, please hit that like button and share this video with your friends. Also, comment and let us know what more you want to see, other guests, other foods, and most importantly, please subscribe to our channel for more content like this. Thank you so much, and we'll see you next time. Bye.